do have to thank my mum. She's a white lady and she didn't really know how to do my hair when I was first born, but she would go down to the hair shop every single day. No, this is not working. I need something else. I need something else. And literally she said the man used to be sick of seeing us. She said, but I wanted to get your hair right. And my hair is so important to me, like, especially on comp day. Hi, my name's Emily Campbell. I'm a weightlifter for Team GB.
Emily Campbell, can she hold it? What a lift!
I'm gonna feel like a boss when I walk out of there. My hair's gonna be absolutely slayed and I'm gonna have even more confidence than I've already got, which is probably not a great thing, but you know, we'll take it anyway.
I'm Lisa Farrell and I am an award-winning celebrity session stylist. For me, hair equality is so important. I'm a texture expert, but I do all hair and every single hair type. And that's why it's so important today with Team GB being so diverse that we represent that, not only with our teammates, but with their hair.
Emily!
Hello, darling, how are we?
Oh, good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me. I have a little treat for you.
Oh my God, did you bring me the samosas?
I did.
So much.
It's some spring rolls in there as well.
Oh my God, are you joking?
Yeah, chuck me the lot.
Oh
We'll
my
get it all in.
God, obsessed. Thank you so much. Right, take a seat.
Thank you.
We're gonna eat these in a bit.
Yes, sounds good.
Oh my God, love me a samosa. From Nottingham.
Yeah.
Amazing. I can't wait to do your hair.
Thanks, man. There's a lot of it.
Right, what are we doing?
Let's do some box braids.
Box. Should we go chunky?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
If you look good, you perform good. That's like my motto. It always has been. And I'm kind of known for my hairstyles now, competing on the international circuit. So I always feel a pressure to, you know, make sure my hair is looking good. But yeah, I just think crazier and wackier and the better. So yeah, no pressure for Paris.
So tell me, like, because we're like Midlands girls, so obviously being a woman, doing what you're doing, but also being from Nottingham, tell me about that. Like, tell me how it started.
I've always like been into sport, like from a young kid. Like I just did everything. Like my parents were really just amazing and encouraging us to just try everything we could. And you know, if we didn't like it, we didn't have to do it again. But you know, they always wanted us to try it. And I actually was into athletics first, so I went to Notts AC, then ventured out and ran away to uni in Leeds. That's when I kind of found weightlifting. I just wanted to, you know, try something new. I wanted to get stronger for the athletics that I was doing, and someone recommended doing some weightlifting.
How do you find weightlifting though? How do you just find out that you're super strength?
Yeah.
Do you like, you go shopping and you're like, this is easy and everyone's struggling. Like, how does that work?
I carry my whole shopping in one go, and that's how you know you completed it. I always had like strength. I always knew I was stronger than like the average female or whatever. But yeah, it wasn't really until I just wanted to try and get stronger for the athletics and throw further that then I actually realised, oh no, I'm actually really strong at like lifting weights. Obviously, I fell in love with it, didn't I? So
it didn't have to
here I am now.
Was it like, I bet you can't lift this? And
Yeah.
you're like, in your mind, you had to do it.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I always have to prove everybody wrong. Like, if you say I can't do it, I'm 100% gonna do it. So. My parents said that I used to pick my sister up quite like a rag doll, just used to fling her back quite a lot. But I think when I realised I was strong was when I used to squat with the boys, and then at one point I was out squatting the boys, and then I knew I was strong. When I started doing numbers that men would struggle to do, then I was like, oh, I'm like really, really strong. And I just love the challenge of it. I love just keep going back.
How is that? Is it like, do guys find that intimidating? Do you get pushed back?
So I think it depends on the man. Like men in the weightlifting world and whatever, they think it's obviously incredible and whatever, and you get like some men that really respect it, but at the same time, you're always gonna get people that hurt, aren't you?
Yeah, and energy just doesn't lie.
That's it. And that sounds like a them problem, not a me problem. I'm not gonna lose any sleep.
But I even feel like growing up, you didn't see, like, the representation is so important, that what you're doing for like young women, young girls.
Thank you. Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I mean. It's like, I always say you can't be what you can't see, right? And, you know, there was amazing women doing such amazing things, you know, like Kelly Holmes, Lisa Lewis, etc. Do you know what I mean? Doing such incredible things, but we didn't have a wide range of sports doing amazing things. So it was like, yeah, I think it's really important now that, you know, we try and get that representation across as many sports as possible and as many industries as possible, do you know what I mean? To show people, like, and young girls that it doesn't matter what you want to do, you can just do it.
I've seen in pictures and on your gram and stuff, you do play around a lot with your hair. How's your relationship with your hair, especially being from Nottingham, being a curly girl?
Yeah, no, I absolutely I love my hair, and I feel like my hair is so important to me. Like for my hair to be like slayed and everything is like #1, especially on comp day. Yeah, I just love it. I love how big buns go, and I love like the colour through it and stuff like that. And that was the deal when I was younger as well. So I do have to thank my mum. She's a white lady and she didn't really know how to do my hair when I was first born, but she literally like learned, and she would go down to the hair shop every single day. No, this is not working. I need something else. I need something else. And literally she said the man used to be sick of seeing her. She said, but I wanted to get your hair right. And I do thank her now because I have got such beautiful hair for her like looking after it. And she used to send me to go and get it braided. And the deal was to sit for 5 hours and get it braided. I was allowed like funky colours through it. So that was the deal. I used to get the colour that matched my hair and then a colour so that I would sit for a whole day.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, that was it, because mate, you got packed off, you know, you go to the house, you get fed there, you get dinner there, everything, so it'd take all day to get it done. But you know, she was just all the styles and stuff and whatever, and she used to put it in a lot of protective styles when she was younger, and me, she used to twist it and bead it and stuff and whatever. But then if I ever needed it, like, I know, she was on it, mate. I literally like, people always say to me, was like, your mum was so good, and I was like, she was. And I think that's why my sister's I've got proper Afro hair, but then my sister's got like proper like European, like more different like kind of curls. And I was like, it was God's way of blessing her and saying, you know what, you tried hard with the first one, so we won't give you such an Afro on the second one, because I proper got my dad's hair like through and through. But yeah, man, I just think hair's a beautiful thing, isn't it? It's a beautiful way to express yourself, and some people use it to amplify their confidence, and some people, use it just to, reflect their confidence. So I just think, yeah, do what you gotta do, man.
So I know like you're big on body positivity. Would you say like you're a girly girl?
I'm either in my gym kit with my hair on top of my head, or I'm like full slay. Everyone associates the fact with being larger that all of a sudden you're ugly, and that's definitely not who I am at all. So I try and express that beauty comes in all shapes and sizes, and yes, we put makeup on and do our hair to look nice, but you should be putting that on every day because you want you to feel amazing and not doing it for anybody else. I know when I get ready in the morning on a big comp day that when I've done my hair, I've done my makeup or whatever, I feel like I'm ready to take on the world. I remember once, I think it was the World Championships, I got on the bus and I'd done my hair in my 2 buns with my braids, and I'd done my thingy and put a bit of glitter on my face. And one of the American coaches was like, you came for war today, right? And I was like, absolutely.
Yes,
do you know what I mean? That's it, do you know what I mean? And they knew that I was ready. And everything in life is about you and how you feel and how you go about the world. And if that's what makes you happy, then you should definitely do that.
100%. And how do you get ready for like a big championship, or how do you psych yourself up?
#1 is like the music, the vibes.
What's the song?
So in my room, I'm like a bit more like R&B, like jazz rap, because I want to stay like as chilled as possible. And then when we're competing, that's when it goes up, and that's when the Afro beats and the soca and the bashment come on, because that's when I need to be like full send. Normally I'll do like a face mask and a foot mask or something like that, depending on how much time I got, and then I'll start getting ready, so I'll start doing my hair. And one of the American girls, she always brings like jewels and stuff for the hair now, so we've elevated the hair game even more now.
Oh my God,
yeah, we get the jewels in there and like the little rings and stuff and whatever, so we do all of that. I just try and stay literally as chilled as possible, like empty my mind, chill, keep as zen as possible. And
are you chill? Like, because I feel like, when you think about weightlifting and strength, you think about almost associated with like a temper.
Correct, yeah. Which is actually the opposite, because if you're too heightened and too erratic, that's when your technique breaks down, and you need your technique to be like bang on the day. So you need to be like chilled and confident in your ability and make sure that you're moving that bar exactly the way that you need to. I'm quite a chilled person in general life anyways. I mean, some of the girls always laugh at me because sometimes like when the bashment starts hitting me in the back, I start dancing a little bit and everyone's like, she's obviously not taking this seriously, but I am, but that's just my way of like
getting somewhere
out. That's it. Once I get my hands on the bar and warm up and I start moving about, then I know exactly what I'm doing, and my body's like, okay, cool, let's do this.
So tell me about your gold chains, all these medals.
Yeah, I mean, it's been really overwhelming, and sometimes when people ask me, like, so what have you won then? And I'm like, oh damn, like when I think about actually what I've won. Obviously my Olympic silver.
Oh, she's cleaned it. Needs to compose. Emily Campbell, can she hold it? Yes, she can! What a lift! What a lift! She is making history here in women's weightlifting.
And then I won Commonwealth Games gold in front of a home crowd, which was incredible. Yeah, down the road, down the M42 in Birmingham, and my whole family were in the audience with t-shirts on. It was immense, and the energy in that room was just absolutely electric. And we did well as a team as well, so as you can imagine, celebrations that night were a little bit wild. I do pinch myself every single day to be in this position, you know what I mean? And I'm not done yet. We've got to get one more very important gold chain in Paris. And when we've done that, I'll probably finally say I'm happy.
I hate brushing up on your French.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Oh God, I'm fast, aren't I? It's
You
like anyone would think it was TV magic.
So speedy.
So, I mean, you're gonna be ready for back in knots. Where do you go out in knots? Like, are you a party girl?
Not really, but back in the day, I used to go out quite a lot in knots. The only problem with knots is everything's miles away from each other. So when you go out to one bar, you have to walk about 10 miles to another one. Knots has got some nice little spots in it. They have a really good Christmas market as well.
I love their Christmas market.
Yeah. I always go and get my hot pepper sauce. They have this stall on there.
I get it every year.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? The Caribbean one, yeah, because that's what I put in my mac and cheese. So I have to make sure I go restock every year to get that. So
they have like a Reaper one as well. Have you tried that one?
Yeah,
that's hot.
that is hot.
That's really
that's
hot.
more my dad's vibe than mine, but.
And then like you and your dad are like dead close.
Yeah, me and my dad, I'm proper daddy's girl. Like, he's my biggest cheerleader, and he always has been. You know, my dad took me to my first ever weightlifting competition, and you know, he flew all the way to Australia to watch me my first games. And you know, even for Tokyo, they did a party at home, and the party got a little bit wild after I won my medal. Apparently, they ran out of food, so they had to do a restock, get the barbecue out. My dad was seasoning chicken, half drunk off his rum.
Making me hungry. I'm thirsty.
Honestly, it sounds like the latest party and I wasn't there. Like, imagine. But yeah, no, I literally, without my parents, I really wouldn't be where I am today. Like, they are the foundation to me. Like, family is so important.
Where do you see yourself like after all the weightlifting? What's your goal?
I want to open a gym for kids and youth development and be able to give the community something back as well. You know, I feel like you know, Nottingham and where I'm come from, it gave me so much, and I want to be able to give back. And you know what kids are like. Some days they come in, they love something, and then next day they love something else. So if I can give them a space where they can just come in and feel like they're accepted and they're safe, then for me, then I've definitely done my job. So that's you know, post-lifting career, that's what I would absolutely love to do, and then hopefully go into some form of like commentating, presenting.
I love that. Well, from my safe space to yours, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
how do you like it? We're done.
You have absolutely slayed, girl. That is amazing.
On brand, you've got your colours on point.
Absolutely, like the colour blend is mad, isn't it?
So
Perfect.
good.
Perfect. I got one more question.
Go on, give it to me.
Can we take you to Paris?
If you'll come to Nottingham Christmas Market with me.
Yes.
All right, deal. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Paris is going to be burning.
Literally.
Thank you so
Oh,
much.
it's been amazing.
I'm going
Thank
to
you
eat my
so much.
samosas now.
Please make sure you do.
See you later. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
The experience in the salon was amazing. It literally felt like I forgot you lot was there. Just was enjoying my time with Lisa, and I felt like I'd known her for years, so it was a really nice experience. Find the budget for Lisa to come to Paris, please. It's essential, and I promise I'll win.
I've been messing with my hair since I was a teenager. You can't hide, can you? It says something about who you are. My name's Kade Archibald, and I'm a track cyclist for Team GB. I dyed my entire hand green the first time that I went with that mess around. But oddly enough, my sport, I wear a helmet all the time. I spend so much of my life with it all tied away, which means it's a privilege to go a bit nuts with it sometimes.
I'm Lisa Farrell, and I am an award-winning celebrity session stylist. What I'm looking forward to the most about meeting these athletes is hearing their story. We all come from different places all over the UK, but what got you where you are today? I want to hear about the journey and then the destination. What's next?
Hi, come on down.
Hello.
So lovely to meet you.
Likewise. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah.
Let's get you
Excited.
in here. So, we're doing a big transformation today.
Yeah, new haircut, new life.
New life?
Yeah.
Say no more. Let's get you over to get your hair washed. So, Google tells me you came into cycling quite late and your accent's definitely not Cockney. So tell me about that.
Yeah, it's always, well, it never feels late to you, it feels like just the right time. You get riders like Laura Kenny that I think she's been national champion in something from about age 6, but I didn't start racing until I was 16.
And your first gold medal, how was that? What was that feeling like, that rush, that excitement? How did you celebrate?
Do you get flow as a hairdresser?
Like rhythm and flow.
Like, you know, like if you hear people talk about being in a state of flow, a flow state.
No, I mean, maybe in yoga.
With sport, it's only happened to me very rarely. I can probably count on one hand these sort of almost religious experiences that you have of just being totally removed from the world. And that was what the Rio final was like for me. It was like a very kind of defining moment of just really emptying everything into this one physical performance that has such an emotional attachment to it.
Great Britain are going to bring this home. It'll be another gold medal for Great Britain in a new world record time.
And I would recommend, if you ever get a chance to get an Olympic start line.
Yeah, can I borrow your bike? Give it a go. Can you start at 35?
I don't know if I get the insurance. My bike terrifies me traveling with it.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a Hope Lotus bike. Lotus is this famous bike that Chris Boardman rode that's kind of infamous in the cycling community.
Have you had injuries? Like, you're going so fast.
Yeah, my brother, he really hates watching the racing because he just can't handle the crashes. But when you're actually in it, when you're in the melee, you only have to deal with the circle that surrounds you, and it's much less stressful than having to watch everybody else.
And I bet you can't even think about it, because if you think about it, you'd psych yourself out, right?
Like when you're in the stand ready to go up and everyone's got big headphones on, a lot of it's not that they're trying to hype themselves up with the music, you're just trying to escape the stressful world that's going on the outside.
And do you find support from like family, teammates? Like, how do you deal with that?
Yeah, my mum loves coming to all the races actually. She's, I'm such a horrible daughter. You know, sometimes if I don't think it's gone well, she'll be really nice and she'll be like, oh, well done, you were fantastic. And I'm like, Mum, I wasn't though. I was literally 7th.
Why are you lying?
Yeah, what are you lying for? Say I come 4th, whatever, and she'll be like, oh, tough lines. And I'll be like, what are you talking about? I think I did really well. It's just like, you're always cruelest to the people that you love, aren't you?
100%. And mums are always the ones that get it, because they're the ones that are supporting you all the time. Mm-hmm. So whereabouts in Scotland are you from? Tell me about your accent, like.
Yes, I'm from Mulgai, which is it's right at the start of the West Highland Way. I love it all. And I've loved all that. We've had quite a few major events at my home track in Glasgow, and it's my favourite venue, but it's not actually my favourite track. Like, the track itself is quite harsh. It's got like harsh transitions. It's quite steep. It's fun in that it's aggressive, but it's not always the fastest. It's quite a big deal, the patriotism that's attached to sport, and especially because Chris Hoy's such an icon of track cycling for us. The pride of having that emblem as a Scot and as a track cyclist, and the fact that he really carries the image that you have of him as a national hero is totally accurate. You know, you're not meant to meet your heroes and all that, and anytime I've spent time with Chris Hoy, he's just the most kind of gracious, open, interesting, thoughtful character. And to be connected to him through this sport and through Meadowbank, which is the track that we both started track cycling on, I don't know, it feels quite cool to me, it feels quite special.
So obviously cycling is a huge part of your life. What do you do to like wind down? I know you're a keen writer. Yeah,
I'm trying to stop myself winding down on quite such public platforms. I think that's sometimes you get yourself in a knot. Certainly my dad gets annoyed that I've detailed so much of my private life in a Cycling Weekly column. But I really love writing. I really love the high that you get. I am just a bit guilty of going down the odd rabbit hole in a sort of excitable way and only realizing, 500 words deep, that maybe this isn't as revolutionary as you thought it was.
And where do you get like your inspiration to write? So
it's all really been open to me through cycling. So most of the time it's about the sport, about life in sport, about the kind of insights that you get. Yeah, just the life that goes on at these different venues. And I was in Paris last weekend, realizing how many of these different bathroom stalls I'd cried in, And in contrast, I'm racing in London this weekend, which I'm going to look very smart for. I'm very excited. And
I can't believe you're going to put a helmet on, to be honest.
I know, it's outrageous, isn't it? But London's one of those venues that I've just got so many, like sometimes the happy memories make me sad. There's like a tinge of what's been in the past and won't be there in the future. But I just have so many good memories from times at London Velodrome and the like bone-shaking noise of the crowd that always turns up to that venue. Yeah, something pretty special.
So you and Laura Kenny, you've got a sisterhood bromance. Tell me about that. Have you got any funny stories?
All of the ones. Everything's funny with Laura. She's just, yeah, very giggly. She's superb at getting something if you need it, because she's got that fantastic smile on her face and people don't realise that she's saying something actually quite demanding. You know? But I love being her teammate. It's always like a good atmosphere when you've got someone that just wants to mess around. But we're kind of at the far end of, she does everything hyperspeed and I'm usually dragging my feet. So it's either yin and yang or we're quite different people and that will cause issues at times. But so far it's always led to success, so it must be the right balance.
Oh, how does that feel? What a transformation.
Yeah, that feels absolutely fabulous, that does.
Feel good?
Yeah, feel
You
very
look
good.
banging. Nothing else to say, but get on your bike.
Thank you very much.
See you later.
Thanks,
Lovely to
Janelle.
see you.
Likewise.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I feel fantastic. I mean, we've all had a bit of a laugh and something feels really good about the confidence you get from being spruced up. I was trying really hard not to overreact when I had my head massaged, and I was just like, just play it cool, don't make it weird. But that was fantastic. So yeah, I've had a really nice time.
Most people recognise me through my hair. Someone sees a bit of purple. Oh my God, it's Penny.
Do you have a dog or anything?
I have an emu.
An emu?
I'm Penny Healey and I represent archery for Team GB. The best thing about being an archer is it's kind of a sport that no one would think that you would do. It's kind of one of those like sports that everyone's like, oh, it's actually quite cool. An interesting fact about archery is that we shoot 70 meters, which is the length of a football pitch. I think with every athlete, like kind of if they look good, they're gonna perform good because they feel good about themselves. I'm looking forward to get my hair done today. I'm really excited to see what the outcome is.
I'm Lisa Farrell and I am a celebrity session stylist. What makes me unapologetically, authentically myself is that I believe in sharing my passion with others. Not only am I the best at what I do, I believe that others can be too. There's enough for us all to eat. What I'm looking forward to the most about meeting all of our athletes is hearing their stories. We've all got a journey that we've been on, and I love to see that.
Hey Penny!
Hi.
Lisa, lovely to meet you. Right, come and take a seat. The golden chair. So I have got something in mind that will look amazing on you. Are you up for going for it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get you shampooed.
How many plants do you have in here?
Oh, do you know what? I stopped counting. They're like ex-boyfriends after a while. You stop counting them and you only remember the colourful ones. So Penny, tell me everything. You're like a real life, brave, Hunger Game, shooting, beating everyone up, badass extraordinaire. How did you like even get into archery?
Well, I watched the movie Brave, and
Yeah.
when I was younger I did do horse riding as well. So that kind of was like, well, I could do it at the same time, but sadly you can't. But yeah, doing archery was super fun and super cool to do.
So when was you like, oh, I'm good at this?
I think one of the points when I kind of realised I could have potential was when I got put onto the National Age Group Academy. They used to do a club every Tuesday night,
Okay.
and it'd be down with like the GB team and stuff. This guy was like, you should try out on our talent individual development program, which is what you have to do, like it's an assessment to get onto that. And I got on after a year.
So you went from watching a film to giving it a go to being an award-winning. Yeah. Wow. And how did? So tell me what you've won. Like.
Oh God.
Oh God, there's a list. That was a deep breath.
This year I won the first World Cup stage in Antalya individually. Then I won the European Games individually and as a team, and also won an Olympic spot for our country.
How old are you? You're a baby, right?
I'm 18.
18. How do you even cope with all of that pressure?
Sometimes I don't know how I cope with it, There's a thing in archery called target panic, which no one likes to talk about, but a lot of people suffer with it.
What's that?
Where you basically either are scared to let go because you're worried about where it's going to hit, or like you physically can't let go of a shot.
Wow.
I struggled with that a lot in 2021, and I went to a coach and he helped me straight after the World Youth Championships, and I shot a European record after that because he somehow cured it. I think now that I've been through that, I kind of am like, it's literally just all in your head.
Yeah, it's so much pressure. And what about like, do you have a lot of support from your family?
Yeah, my nana was my biggest supporter, and my mum is probably one of the biggest supporters as well.
Oh, I love that.
I think European Games as well, like my biggest drive for doing so well at it is because my nan passed away like a week or two before, and I went out there and was like, I'm going to do this to make her proud.
And she would definitely be proud.
Yeah, she definitely would be.
Have you got any like superstitions?
Yeah.
Go on,
I
tell me.
I have a lucky hat.
Okay.
I have to wear my hat on the pink side up when I compete, otherwise I feel like it's going to be a bad day. So
So you've got a lucky hat and you wear that every single time?
yeah,
The same one?
yeah. Same one since I was about 9, I think.
And it still fits?
Yeah, that's
Wow.
what I'm surprised at.
Do you have a dog or anything?
I have an emu.
An emu? Aren't they Australian?
I think so.
How did you get an emu over here?
My stepdad, I think it was an impulse thing. He just went and bought it.
They're quite fun-loving creatures and they're really relaxing to be around. They're like really easy to look after. Like they just walk into the house and they're like, hello.
That's brilliant.
Like if we just sat and they want to just come and sit on the sofa. You're like, okay.
Are they like cuddly?
Yeah. You wouldn't think that they were. You'd think that they just like attack you straight away, but they're like super cuddly.
Do you find like when you get stressed out or things like in your head, the animals help?
Yeah, like if I have a bad day, I go and find the emu or I go and find our dog. It helps me a lot.
Have you got a favourite?
No. Not allowed to have favourites.
Oh, I don't know. Not out loud. But there'll be one that gets, I was going to say the turkey at Christmas, but you're not going to feed an emu its cousin, are you? Yeah. Can't believe you're only 18. You should be dead proud of yourself.
Everyone always says that.
Yeah, because do you know what? No one gives you any opportunities but yourself. You have to go and get them.
Yeah. I always used to get told that I was too young to do stuff.
Right? And it's like, there's always going to be something. Too young, you're a woman, you know, whatever. Mm-hmm. So there we go. That's all done now. So you've got like a cheeky little shag going on. So we'll get you in for a quick blow and then you'll be all done.
Thank you.
So we're getting there. So are you into TikTok?
Yes. To make all my teammates like kind of bond with each other, I kind of forced everybody to do TikTok dances with me last year at the first World Cup. I found out how bad some of my teammates were at dancing, which was quite
Ouch.
funny. But it's okay to say that because I'm quite bad as well.
And then how are you feeling about Paris?
Yeah, it'd be quite cool to go and would just be a cool experience.
Have you been to Paris before?
Yes. One of the World Cups is there every year, so I kind of shot in the same place as there is the Olympic Games.
So you feel like you've been here before, you're ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're the first archer I've ever done. Is that how we say it? Are you an archer?
Yeah, I'm an
Perfect.
archer.
Do you love it?
I love it.
Can you see it? I've got your glasses somewhere. Okay, hang on.
Thank you.
Hello. Da, da, da.
It's so pretty.
And now I know you mean it now you've got your glasses on. Okay, well, it's so lovely to meet you.
Thank
Come
you.
give me a cuddle. I'll see you out. Thank you so much. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
I'm feeling pretty good, pretty excited. I've been wanting this for a bit now and finally got brave enough to do it. It's been amazing. Lisa's really friendly and I loved it all. I'm ready to go and smash it.
Yeah, you are.
You ever thought about just shaving all your hair off then being a swimmer?
I have done, yeah, I've thought about it, but I think my ears are too big to pull off the look. My name is Matt Richards and I'm a swimmer for Team GB. Absolutely love water, always have done, and it's probably a good job given I spend 20 odd hours a week in there. My wingspan is 6'7". I'm only 6'2" in height, so that's probably quite useful for being a swimmer. My dad's 6'5", so I thought I was going to be a bit taller, but I got it on the arms rather than the body. It's almost like you're just taken away from normal life. You're in your own space, all your worries are taken away, and you're just kind of floating along, which is probably part of the reason why I love it so much.
My name's Kade Burgess. I've been cutting hair about 20 years. I try and knock the ego out of the way and just concentrate on my client. It's not about the outside world, it's about just me and that client at the time.
To be honest with you, I don't really deal with my hair at all because I'm in and out of the water all the time. I just kind of let it do its thing, and that means that sometimes I come into training looking like a Wookiee from Star Wars. But yeah, I try to keep it relatively tame with haircuts regularly, but at the moment it's probably longer than I'd usually like it.
Hey Matt, how you doing? I'm Kade.
Good to see you.
Nice to meet you, man. Take a seat.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
What are we doing with your hair today, man?
Skin fade on the sides and the back, please, mate, and just a little tidy up on the top.
Little trim off this bird's nest, yeah?
Yeah, exactly, mate.
Let's do it, man. You been training hard?
Yeah, always, mate. It's been a long, I think, 18-week block so far now, so getting close to the major meets.
I see you got a lot of tattoos.
Yeah, I got loads all down the right arm. I'll probably get more as well, but it's more finding the time to try and get them done. Obviously, after Tokyo, I came back and usually people go straight into getting the rings, and I was undecided where I wanted to get them, and then I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna book, and then I'll just try and decide like on the day.
Yeah.
I turned up and I was like, I've never seen anyone that's got them on the back of their hand, and so that's how that happened. But yeah, I really like it. It's made for some cool Instagram photos. It's also like when I'm on the blocks about to dive in, the last thing I'm going to see before I dive in is the rings, which is obviously what I train for every day.
Are you hoping to get gold this year?
Yeah, 100%. I won gold as part of the 4x2 in Tokyo, and then this year, a couple of months ago actually, at World Championships, I won gold on the individual 2-3 as well. So I've got a lot of momentum now, but it's just building from that and keeping working hard into the games.
How does it feel to win a gold medal?
It is pretty cool. So you stand on top of the podium and it kind of sinks in. But you know, the plan is to have quite a busy schedule in Paris and do quite a lot of races. So a lot of it's going to be about trying to like manage those emotions throughout the week and just keep delivering race after race.
I bet your parents are very proud of you.
Yeah, they're very proud. I'm an only child, so yeah, I'm very, very close to my parents, and they've always been really supportive of me throughout the journey of my career so far.
Do they come and watch a lot of your comps?
Yeah, they try to. It's harder nowadays where like lots of the competitions I do are abroad. My mum's a teacher and my dad's a driving instructor now, so like it's quite hard for them to get the time off and also just to be able to afford to come out and watch some of them, but where they can they do, and hopefully they'll be in the crowd for watching Paris.
What's your next tattoo going to be?
I kind of want to get a chess piece, as in the game of chess, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I like playing chess. I'm not anything particularly good at it, but I just like the strategy and the tactics behind it.
Yeah.
You know, it reminds me a lot of my sport and also just life in general. Trying to think as many steps ahead as you can and further ahead than your opponents is something I really like. So that's something I'd like to get next. It's just finding time, because obviously you get them done and then you've got to try and keep it out of the water.
Yeah.
And with the sport that I do, that's quite difficult to do.
Yeah. Do you find tattoos painful?
Yes and no. I mean, I don't think they're as bad as people say, but I do find when you've been in the chair for like 6, 7, 8 hours, by the time you get to the end, it starts to get sore, but I don't know whether that's just because it's a long day.
Yeah, you're better than me, man. I scream when I get tattoos. Yeah.
Some places are definitely worse than others. I've got one on the inside of my pinky finger, and that one was killed. Yeah, that one was awful.
Do you do any other sports?
Not anymore, no. When I was younger, I used to love rugby. It was kind of between rugby and swimming when I was younger as to what I wanted to kind of pursue. I always knew I wanted to be in sports professionally, but I didn't know what, and it was those two that really stuck out for me. What about yourself? Do you do any sports?
I do a little bit of boxing. I started training
nice.
like this year. I'm way too old to even think about getting in the ring with anyone. I've got kids and stuff now. What about you? Do you want kids one day?
Yeah, definitely. I'm engaged now, so I've got a fiance, so we're due to get married after the Olympics next year,
nice.
actually. I've always said I want one, because obviously I was an only child, that's all I've known, but she's got an older sister, so she wants 2.
Yeah.
But we'll see what we can have.
Your girlfriend's a swimmer, yeah?
Yeah, yes. Her name's Emily. She's from 200 fly, so she's a bit mental in that respect. But yeah, she came 10th at the Worlds, so pretty awesome result. The year before, she was about 200th in the world at the end of the season, so to drop that down to 10th is a pretty incredible year out from the Olympics.
Is she on Team GB as well?
Yeah. In swimming, we qualify for the Olympics in April, so we don't know, what the team will be just yet, but we're both hopeful. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Is it fierce competition?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's top 2 per event. For my events on the 100, 200 freestyle, just to make the team, I've got to beat the reigning Olympic champ, the reigning Olympic silver medalist, the reigning world silver medalist, a former world champ, all just to get one swim. So it's tough competition, but that's what makes the country so good at the sport, I think.
That's what's going to make you the best as well.
Well, exactly,
Be the best, you got to beat the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
These guys you want to beat and stuff, do they help you get to that stage as well?
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, the thing with my events is we race relays as well. So there's only 2 spots that you can get to swim in individually, but then the top 4 will come together as a relay team.
Yeah.
So there's kind of that camaraderie and that teamwork and friendship that comes before the competition.
What time do you have to get up and go training?
Not too bad nowadays. I'm 8 till 10 in the mornings most days. When I was younger, I used to do like the 5 o'clock get-ups and all that, but I've done my days of that stuff now. I get to go a little bit later.
How long would you have to train for?
Usually 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the pool, and about half an hour like on land either side of it.
Have you ever tried diving?
No, I haven't. I think I'd be too big for it. All the divers are quite short.
Dainty and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But the first time I ever jumped off a 10-metre platform, I just jumped. I didn't realise that you're meant to just sort of step off it.
Yeah.
So in the air, I could feel myself just falling further and further backwards, and I was like, oh, please don't land on your back.
Did you land on your back?
Like half and half. I kind of landed on my bum, to be honest. But yeah, that was the last time I've jumped off a 10-metre platform, and I won't be doing it again. Yeah, I've got a lot of respect for the divers. They're all lunatics in my eyes.
Yeah. So Matt, on the way in, was that a lion I saw on your arm, tattooed?
Yeah, you probably saw 4, I think.
Okay.
I've got 4 different lions and a tiger. Most of the stuff on my right arm's all to sort of represent my family. So
Okay.
I've got a big lion on the top of my shoulder that's there for my dad, so his favourite animal's a lion. Then on the inside of my arm, at the top, I've got a tiger, which is there for my mum. And I've got a little family of like 3 little lions going down my arm. That's there to sort of show the relationship between me and my family. And believe it or not, The Lion King's my favourite film as well, so it kind of makes sense. But yeah, then I've got a big dragon's eye on the outside of my arm.
Okay.
So most of my family sort of all hail from Wales, around Cardiff and Newport. Okay. So that's there to sort of represent all of them. And then the last little bits are just on the inside of my forearm, are all to sort of symbolise swimming and my journey throughout swimming so far.
So you haven't got like a dolphin or anything tattooed on you or anything?
No, but I've got a sailfish.
Okay.
So, yeah, sailfish, the fastest fish in the sea, which is why I went for that. So obviously that's what I'm trying to achieve in the sport. So
that's the unique thing about tattoos. They're all very personal to everyone.
They're addictive, aren't they?
Do you think you get your whole body done?
Probably won't go the whole body, but I'll definitely have a large portion of my body done.
Yeah. You ever thought about just shaving all your hair off then being a swimmer?
I have done, yeah, I've thought about it, but I think my ears are too big for to pull off the look.
Okay. So you've achieved so much at 20 years old. You know, you're ready to smash up the Olympics. What's next? Like, have you got a lot of big goals?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've achieved quite a bit so far, but the longer term stuff, you know, just on the first rung of the ladder, I've got a lot that I want to achieve. Hopefully Paris next year will be the next step in ticking some of those boxes.
Is this a winner's haircut for you?
Yeah, it looks like it, mate. It's looking pretty sharp.
Great. It's lovely to meet you. Thanks for coming down.
Yeah, you too, buddy.
All the best.
Yeah, thank you, you too.
Come back a winner.
Thank you.
Take care.
I'm really happy. It always feels better once you've had a trim. It probably sounds stupid, but I always get a haircut before I race. Just a little shape up and make yourself feel a little bit more sharp. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're going for a job interview or like a big business deal or something, you'd probably want to go and get a haircut before it. I guess it's the same kind of principle.
He's the horse that makes dreams come true, really. Which is,
I wish someone would speak to me like that.
My name is Laura Collett and I represent 3-day eventing for Team GB. The thing I love most about horses is that they have a great personality, and for me it's the challenge of figuring out what makes them perform to the best of their ability. Today I'm hoping for some inspiration for a bit of a new look. It's been a while since I've done anything very exciting with my hair, so really looking forward to having a new me.
I'm Lisa Farrell and I am an award-winning celebrity session stylist. What makes me unapologetically, authentically myself is that I believe in sharing my passion with others. Not only am I the best at what I do, I believe that others can be too. There's enough for us all to eat. What I'm really looking forward to is meeting the real Team GB, what they want to share, the gossip, the tea. I can't wait to find out more.
So excited to meet you.
I'm excited to be here.
Oh, come on down. Felt that Bruce Forsyth then, come on down. Okay, so what are we doing with your hair today?
Well, you got free reign.
No pun intended. No. So initially I'm thinking, you know this shortest layer here?
Yeah.
How would you feel if we went to kind of that length through there, so it just kind of opens this up a little bit and you can get it in a little pony?
I'll be brave.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Perfect, so let's get you over to the basin, we'll get you washed and then we'll crack on. So tell me about like your horses. Did it start with My Little Pony? Like, are you a horse family? How did it all come about?
Not a huge horsey family. Like, Mum grew up in New Zealand and her best friend had ponies, so she sort of rode a bit, nothing competitive. When we came over here, she thought it would be nice for me and my brother to have a little pony to play with, and the story goes that I was in the pushchair screaming because I wanted to get on the pony and he was screaming because he wanted to get off the pony. So we swapped and we were both happy, and that was that really. And I've literally just loved them ever since. Would go and play ponies before and after school. And
I love how you say play ponies, like mine's a plastic one and you're like, I've got a real one at home.
Yeah. I was very jealous. All my friends had it was the Juleps, all the plastic ponies, and I always wanted those, but Mum thought they were a waste of money, so I just played with one real one instead of the...
Did you have a Tamagotchi though?
No, I was never allowed that. Mum was literally like, I'm not spending money on toys. I can't really complain because I had a real life pony.
It sounds fun, but like that's a lot of discipline at a young age because obviously you have to muck them out.
Yeah, you have to have responsibilities and look after them, but it was just something I've always wanted to do, so never found it a chore really.
And where did you go from a pony then? So what did you get for Christmas?
Got shampoo to wash my pony with, brushes to brush my pony. I remember when I believed in Santa Claus, I thought, God, he's really clever. He knows I've got a grey pony, so I need like brighter than white shampoo and all of this. And then when obviously my brother told me it's not real, it's Mum, I was like, oh.
What do you mean it's not real?
I was like, I thought Father Christmas is really clever.
So when did you start like realising you were good and thinking, I'm going to do this like competitively?
Well, so I started in showing, and then when I got to 13, wanted to do something a bit more exciting. So joined the pony club and did some eventing and show jumping, but got bitten by the eventing bug.
I was going to say get bitten by the horse then.
No, luckily not. So then decided to leave school after GCSEs to do it as a career. So been doing it ever since then really, which is now quite a long time.
Do you just carry on doing it until you've had enough, or?
Yeah, we're quite lucky in eventing, and there's people in their kind of 50s and 60s still doing it. So yeah, I guess you keep going until you feel like you've achieved what you want to achieve, or your body gives up, or you run out of horsepower really. We're very reliant on the horses really. We're just the lucky ones that get to steer them round.
So when was like your first big moment, like your big win, and you were like, right, this is meant for me?
I did the Pony Europeans when I was 16 and came away with a team gold and an individual bronze, and that was like, that's just what I want to do. I want to go and win medals each year.
Have you got a Pacific horse that you do that with?
At the moment, my best horse is London 52, who's just been life-changing for me, really. He's taken me to places that I never thought would be possible, achieved things that I could only have dreamt of as a little girl growing up. So he's, he's the horse that makes dreams come true, really. Which is,
I wish someone would speak to me like
that. It is true.
And how do you get a horse to like Paris, Tokyo?
So they flew to Tokyo about a week before the competition, just to kind of give them time to recover from the flight and acclimatise them a bit. Paris is going to be so much easier. We always try to make it as smooth and as easy as possible for them.
How many times have you been like booked or kicked or bit?
Not that many really, it's more...
Touch the wood.
Yeah, touch wood, yeah. It's more my falls have been cross-country falls. I've been very lucky. I've had one very bad fall 10 years ago now, which was pretty horrific.
And how do you get over something like that?
I actually don't remember anything from that day. I was knocked out and was in an induced coma for a week, so...
Oh my God!
By the time I woke up, I was like, it didn't really happen.
That probably did you a favour, to be fair.
Definitely the best thing, because otherwise I think you get sort of PTSD, but I watched the fall back and it just...
Did you?
Yeah, a bit weird like that. I was all for getting back on, but my family and friends weren't so keen, but they'd had the traumatic side of having to sit by my hospital bed wondering if I was going to wake up or not, so it was kind of understandable that
So it was that serious?
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
I was resuscitated 5 times on the way to hospital. Yeah,
you died 5 times?
Yeah.
Wow. I suppose it makes you celebrate like each win even more as well.
Exactly, it makes you appreciate all the good times when you've...
How do you celebrate?
Have a drink.
Yeah. Do you throw a party or anything?
Yeah, I have actually. after Tokyo, because when I won my first 5-star, it was during COVID, so we weren't allowed to have a party or celebrate or anything. So kind of had a joint double big party after Tokyo. If you can't celebrate winning an Olympic gold medal, then
what can you celebrate?
When can you have a big party? And then after I won badminton, I had a massive party after that. And then this year, everyone's been like, so when are you having another party? I was like, oh, I've got to win something big again. But yeah, I got a little bit renowned for throwing a good party, which is no bad thing, but then people expect it of you.
Oh yeah, I know, I want an invite to the next one now.
Absolutely.
I'm already getting excited. So these parties sound amazing, but you are being like very modest. Have you got your chains on? What about these gold medal wins in Tokyo? How was that? How did it feel?
Oh, it was just the most surreal experience from start to finish. I think from having the full Team GB kit on, going to the airport was just like mind-blowing. And then standing on the podium, having an Olympic gold medal wrapped around your neck is just genuinely, I actually can't even put it into words. It was insane. And I stood there on the podium with my teammates and we were just like, this can't be happening. Like, we're gonna wake up in a moment. And it's just...
You're giving me goosebumps, like, I can feel it.
Yeah, it was just an experience. Well, just an experience I want to have again.
And do you have like a black beauty moment where you're just like nose to nose and you're like, we did it?
Oh God, yeah.
How do you celebrate with your horse?
Oh, I took the gold medal, showed him, and it was just like, just had a bit of a chat really. The horses are so special and without them, we're nothing. So we fully appreciate what they do for us. And yeah, it's just a lot of moments and a lot of memories.
Amazing. Right, how's that length feeling?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, cool. So let's dry it off.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a look. We'll get a little bit of this wave coming out of there and we'll see what it looks like when it's dry. Right. Okay.
To describe myself in 3 words, I would say shy, perfectionist and ambitious. So when I'm in competition, it's really important for me to look neat and tidy, have everything in place. Obviously, all my hair is always under a hat, but slicked back, tidy in a bun, because you don't want any loose bits waving around and being distracting.
How's it feeling?
It's good, yeah.
Yay.
Very happy.
You were saying your mom is from New Zealand, right? So what about you? Like, where do you like travelling? Do you get to travel?
I have not travelled a huge amount. I'm actually going to Australia to do some clinics next week.
Have you got a bucket list?
I have got a bucket list. Ticked a massive thing off my bucket list in January this year when I went on a riding safari to South Africa and Botswana, which was insane. But still got a few things. Want to go to Las Vegas and watch the Pro Bull riding. It just looks fun. It looks like something you just need to have experienced.
So how does that feel? You look amazing!
So good, I'm so happy.
Give us a little hair flick, feeling yourself.
Love it.
Yeah, so it's been amazing to meet you and I can't wait to see your next medal.
Oh, fingers crossed. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
It's been really nice to just do something different, come away from the horses and have a bit of me time. Feel really good, absolutely love the hair. Happy that I was brave and let her do what she wanted to do. I feel great.
So you're going to Paris, are you into the fashion?
Yeah, I'm probably more into the fashion side of stuff.
Yeah.
Reckon? Than me?
100%.
Oh, fight.
Who's got the best dress sense out of you two?
Oh.
That's not even a debate.
My name is Kaleem Barreto and I play Rugby Sevens for Team GB.
I'm Emily Uren and I also play rugby for Team GB.
Rugby Sevens is a more fast-paced, electric type style game compared to the 15s.
So you have to be quicker, you have to be faster, you have to be fitter, and if you have a weakness, you're going to get found out. I always braid my hair when I go out to play. It kind of keeps it tame, but also looks good at the same time. But like you always go by the look good, play good, innit?
Yeah, you probably find a few of the boys before the game probably looking at themselves in the mirror just to make sure they're looking good for the camera. So maybe myself included, maybe not. I won't add to that.
I haven't actually been in the salon since I was maybe 16, 17. So yeah, I'm excited to kind of get my hair done. You're excited to get the rings?
Yeah, I'm
just going to get the rings at that.
I look forward to sitting next to Emma while she takes 3 hours to get her hair dyed and stuff, but no, it should be all right.
I'm Lisa Farrell and I am an award-winning celebrity session stylist. What makes me unapologetically, authentically myself is that I believe in sharing my passion with others. I've brought my mate Kade along today. So Kade is an amazing barber. His passion and his detailing is second to none.
Me and Lisa have known each other for years. We work together when we can, and it's always fun. What I'm looking forward to most for meeting the team today is just getting to know that person, what they're really about, stuff away from doing the sports, as well as learning about their sport.
So how do you guys know one another? I mean, I hope them giggles are coming with us some stories.
We both play for GB Rugby Sevens. It is nice. We've kind of ended up creating like a bigger programme with men and women together in the same spot. But on tour, normally we get separated. Obviously, because there's so many teams, you can't normally get everyone in the same hotel.
Do you guys ever train together?
We sometimes do testing. So pre-season, we did all our testing, everyone together, men and women.
I stay away from testing with women. I tend to lose quite a few of those battles as well.
It was fun because I think you get a bit more competitive with each other, so it kind of pushes you.
But we're quite separate. Until it comes to the end of tours, then there's usually a bit of a let off steam and everyone's together.
I feel like when I think about celebrations and the after party, I feel like rugby's probably the most wildest that like springs to mind.
I don't know, I think it's more like a pressure release, isn't it?
Yeah,
like, especially 100%. Sevens is massively, like, as well as being physically pretty demanding, the mental side can be pretty tough, especially when you're away from family, homes for a couple of weeks.
And where is home, you guys?
Mine's London, so Twickenham.
I'm up in sunny Scotland, in Dundee.
Is that where you're originally from?
Originally, oh, that's a
originally,
question.
Like born, originally, like, we're all originally from Earth, you know, but yeah, where were you born, man?
I was born in Portugal.
Oh, nice.
But my family are from all over the world. Like my dad's from Mozambique.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Granddad's from India, grand's from Malawi. So yeah, it's a bit of a multicultural.
So where would you go to someone's house for Christmas then? If you were going to get together?
Grand's probably.
Yeah, you just go to the airport, yeah?
So we've all kind of somehow made it over to Dundee of all places in the world.
I'd definitely be utilising that accommodation all over the world. But like, can I just come and stay, auntie? Instead, I'm like,
Good
my
little
closest
excuse.
is Blackpool.
Yeah, definitely a good excuse to travel a bit.
It's handy actually, so I've got loads of family in Sweden.
Have you?
Yeah, pretty much my whole family's over there and it is nice, like, and it's only 2 hours as well.
Are you close with your family?
Yeah, really close.
Yeah. Are they big into sport?
Yes, but Mum actually hated rugby when I started it. She wanted me to play ice hockey or handball because that's massive in Sweden. So when I started rugby, she was like, why are you playing rugby? Like, I don't get it. And then she kind of fell in love with it after a while.
What about your family, Kaleem? Or is it just all you?
Rugby does not run in the family.
No?
No, we're definitely more football. My granddad and stuff were big lovers of cricket, so I grew up mainly playing football and cricket when I was younger.
Yeah, when did you start rugby?
I was like 9, 10.
Really, I started when I was 16.
Oh, maybe not as late as Emma then,
Yeah.
Is that late?
Yeah.
16 is very
Yeah,
late.
most people start when they're like 6.
Wow.
So what, you've been playing for 14 years? 30 years old now.
Do you want?
How old are you? How long have you been playing?
Oh.
26.
So how long have you been playing? Do the math for me. I'm like
What,
counting
10
fours
years?
at the same time.
Yeah, 10
years.
What about you, Kaleem?
I'm younger than Emma, I'm 24.
You don't look it.
You're keeping younger after this haircut.
Yeah, it's because of my Movember effort. It's making me a bit older, adding a few years.
He's been trying to grow it for 4 months.
And then what about like travel? Like how many times have you won? Give me the stats.
The women probably had a bit more success than we have. We both did fairly well at the same tournament last year, Hong Kong.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
The girl got bronze, and we just missed out in the semi-final by like in the last play of the game in extra time. But
yeah, and then we won Krakow to qualify for Paris.
Wow. Are you looking forward to Paris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're excited.
You've been practicing your French?
Yeah, no chance. They always said that because I know one language, I know Swedish. They're like, oh, you'll be able to pick up a third really easy. I'm like, no, you're lying to me.
do you not know any French?
Like, bonjour.
That sounds like you do.
No, I was just intrigued to get Emma speaking some French and see what happens. At school, I only did Spanish, thinking that would be the only place I'd love to go. And I ended up living in France for a year.
Wow.
So,
Doing what?
playing rugby at the time.
Yeah.
I was in Nice, so lovely little part of the world.
That sounds like perfect, actually.
Forgotten the whole language now, so bit of PTSD.
And then what about, like, so you're going to Paris, so what about, are you into the fashion?
Yeah, I'm probably more into the fashion side of stuff.
Yeah.
Reckon? Than me?
100%.
Oh, fight.
Yeah, who's
100%.
Who's more quirky? Who's got the best dress sense out of you two?
Oh.
That's not even a debate.
I don't know, actually.
Be honest.
It's a bit more vibrant in Dundee than it is in London, I feel.
Are you a girly girl?
Yeah, it depends. There's a camp me and an outside of camp me.
Emma in camp wears more boyish clothes than I do. But out of camp, I'm not sure.
Yeah, in camp I've literally like long shorts, trackies, and oversized tees. And then at home I'm like jeans every day, cute little top, nice jacket.
Your camp and my camp are very different. Very, very different.
So yeah, there's two versions of me.
Tell me you've got some Swedish clogs.
Yeah, what? Funny actually. Our family company sells Swedish clogs.
No way!
Yeah.
What are Swedish clogs?
It's a wooden sole with a leather top.
I'd actually love a pair as well, Emma, that'd be lovely.
Yeah, go on then. Get you in some. Come and take some photos.
I've just got an image of all of the rugby team in like clogs trying to tackle around.
My mum used to like make me model them, but because I played rugby, I'd then have massive bruises all over my legs. And she would get so annoyed. She's like, oh, I wanted to do a photo shoot. I'm like, Mum, I'm really sorry, like, bruises all over my legs, cuts. And she's like, I can't use you now. I'm like, hee hee.
What music are you into, Kaleem?
Oh, I'd say I've got quite an eclectic mix.
This could make or break the whole haircut right now. How you answer
It's got bagpipes under there, what are you on about?
No, it varies quite a lot, especially with, I was on the speaker a lot last year. During the week, if we were on like buses or that's training and that, someone usually takes hold of it. And then before games, you have to like put a whole lead up playlist, you know, building up the tone before games.
Everyone amped up, yeah?
Yeah, but not too amped up because there's like 3 games in a day, so apparently you can't play the same song twice. That's a tough.
Really?
Yeah, so it's an interesting one. Bus journey is a bit more, I'd say more like folk and country actually.
Yeah, country is a big one.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, that's like surprised me.
Really?
Yeah. I suppose there's so many stereotypes, isn't there? So I just feel like on a rugby bus it'd be like Freed from Desire.
Oh, the classic. Oh, head. We've got a couple like Appy and Femi in our team who they'll like request songs. So before the tournament, it'd be like, oh yeah, put your songs in, blah blah blah. As soon as their song comes on, they just put their headphones in, and everyone else just hates it. It's like Afro beats and stuff. But,
Oh my god, that's like a dream bus journey.
no, there's a few of us that are into it, but then you get the odd golden oldie like Robbie and stuff who are not
He
too
wants heart
tasteful to
radio and
Afro
stuff,
beats.
yeah.
He's 40 years old. He's struggling with that.
It's not his go-to.
No, not quite.
So if you all get jobs, do one of you have to make the tea, one of you the DJ, one of you do the food, or?
No, I think it naturally like.
Emma's top of the pecking order. She gives out orders, I think.
Do you? Are you the boss?
No, not at all. He's winding me up. I do think you go like naturally though. We used to have one person that carried the speaker around and it would always be the same person. I mean, you got the job at the beginning of the year and then that was just, you're stuck with it.
So you're just about done, looking like a celeb.
I thought you were speaking about me. I genuinely thought you were speaking about me.
Yeah. The best you've ever looked, to be fair.
You're all done, buddy. Is that okay for you?
That is perfect. Thank you very much.
You look alright for once.
Take about 10th of the time of you. Maybe what, another couple hours?
Yeah, not sticking around.
No, I got a flight to catch. I think I'm gone. Thank you.
See you later.
Feeling good, nice and fresh. Look good, play good, isn't it? Ready to head back up the road, so yeah, we'll see what the family and friends think up there.
So there we go, you came in as Emma, you're leaving as a 90s supermodel, blondie locks. How do you feel?
I absolutely love it, it's the best. I've actually never had my hair styled, which is so nice. It's like I just chuck it up in a bun and then go out and train and then wash it and just, that's what it is, it's just a continuous cycle. We're actually getting it done and styled, yeah. Might have to go out and see some friends. Love it, yeah. I feel like not a new woman, but I just feel fresh. And I think that's what's so nice.
Absolutely love Paris. I spent my 21st birthday there.
Did you? That's so bougie.
It was bougie.
I was in Wetherspoons for my 21st birthday.
My name is Morgan Lake and I'm a high jumper for Team GB. Most satisfying thing about high jump for me personally is like the feeling of flying. Probably the closest I'm gonna get to it without actually flying. So yeah, I think it's just that time once you take off the ground and just flying over the bar is, yeah, amazing feeling. Being an athlete, I have to have my hair back a lot. I can't jump my hair big, so it's finding a style which yeah, is practical and also looks good. So hoping for that.
I'm Lisa Farrell and I am an award-winning celebrity session stylist. For me, hair equality is so important. I'm a texture expert, but I do all hair and every single hair type. And that's why it's so important today with Team GB being so diverse that we represent that, not only with our teammates, but with their hair. Hi, Morgan. Oh, so nice to meet you.
And you.
What a goddess. Just take a seat here.
Thank you.
So, what are we going to do with your hair today?
So, yeah, it's really weird seeing my hair all the way out because I usually wear it like half up, half down or in a ponytail all the time, so.
Okay, perfect. So we can probably enhance that today and maybe do like a little bit of a ponytail. We'll have a play around with it, but like we'll embrace this curl definitely because it's amazing. So first off, tell me, how did you get into, I almost wanted to put a limbo here, just see if you could do the limbo as well as a high jump.
Definitely can't.
Not at a family party, nothing?
Well, to be fair, I haven't done it since I was a kid, so.
How did you get into it? Tell me from the start.
So, I went to my first athletics competition whilst I was, well, I don't even think I'd had my first birthday yet. So my dad was an athlete when he was younger. Yeah, I think he wanted me and my brother to kind of get into sport. He wasn't like too set on us doing athletics. He was just like, get into sport and see what you love. But I think I've always wanted to be an athlete, so I did every single sport possible, and then yeah, just fell into athletics really.
What did your dad do? Like what sport?
He was a triple jumper.
Oh wow.
So haven't quite got there yet. But yeah, I started as a heptathlete, which is where you do 7 events, so high jump.
I'm glad you told me what
I know.
that was.
I was like, is that almost like shooting? I'm like, no, luckily, just athletics on the track. Yeah, so I started with, well, pentathlon's what you do when you're younger, so you've got the 5 events, and then once you get to about junior age, it's like under 18, under 20s, you start heptathlon. So yeah, high jump was one of the events in that.
How old were you when you even started?
So I started when I was 5.
5?
So yeah, super young. I can't even remember starting, but I know like the minimum age to join at my local club was 5, so I obviously waited for my 5th birthday and started straight away. I always thought I'd be an Olympic long jumper, so didn't quite achieve that childhood goal. But luckily high jump ended up being one of the events I had to do. I didn't like it, but yeah, I kind of grew to love it.
I mean, I thought I was bad, like 12 years in a salon, child labour, you're like doing blimmin' high jumps at 5. So when was your first like moment when you were like, this is what I'm gonna do, this is me, like winning something?
Yeah. So when I was 12, we had the under 13, I think it was the national championships pentathlon.
You're gonna have to walk me through a pentathlon.
So, oh God, I don't even remember what the events are. Hurdles, high jump, long jump, shot put and 800.
Wow.
So yeah, as a 12-year-old, that's obviously quite a lot to do. It was the first one I'd ever done, but I remember my dad being like, well, there's a British record in that, and he must some sort of bribe, maybe like you can get some sweets if you end up getting the British record. I ended up breaking the under 13 British record in my first pentathlon, so I was like, hey, I think this is something I want to do.
Wow, that's amazing. So you're like a child prodigy.
I feel like I've just always been very like set on what I want to do and doing it, even if it didn't quite make much sense. But yeah, I think that was probably the moment I realised, okay, if I like put my mind to something, hopefully I can achieve it.
Amazing. What's next for you? Like, I mean, you started at 5, you're about ready to retire.
Honestly, it's weird. I feel like I've been in the sport, well, obviously have been in the sport for so long. I was doing loads of other sports at that time. It hasn't always just been like solely athletics. I think I was swimming, doing tennis, netball, hockey. I think my parents were always really set on like not specialising too young and kind of just finding what you want to do. I guess that kind of helped me not like burn out as well. So yeah, I was still playing netball up until I was about 18, and then that's when I specialised, and then the next year I went to my first Olympics in Rio. I think I was the youngest on the team in terms of track and field at that time. So.
And how was that being with like all of the older ones?
It was incredible. I mean, just to go to Olympics in the first place was a dream come true. And then like to compete against so many athletes I looked up to for so many years. Yeah, but to see like the swimmers, the tennis players, hockey players, just a lot of people I'd also grown up with who had made it in different sports. Was super cool. So yeah, it was great.
Are you like a fan of any type of sport as well, other than like your own?
Yeah, I'm not like a super fan of any other sport, but I think with the Olympics you just end up watching everything. I think that's like the beauty of it, especially with athletics being at the end. You're in the village for a few weeks, you're holding camp for a few weeks before, and then yeah, being able to watch so many different sports and just kind of, because everyone's in the same boat as well, like although we're doing different sports, everyone's got the same goal. Tennis is probably my favourite one to watch.
Can you play tennis?
I wouldn't say I can play it well. I did play it a lot as a kid, but I haven't played it for years.
Well, I can jump, but not well. So on that, let's stretch out your hair a little bit.
This random fact about myself is that I'm super clumsy. I used to be a heptathlete, so I used to do certain events like hurdles, high jump, shot put, and all my friends at school just couldn't believe that's what I did because I would literally just fall over the classroom all the time. When I was younger and at school, all my friends had straight hair, so I wanted straight hair as well, so I always had my hair straight and kind of hated when it was curly or frizzy. I think as I've grown more confident in myself as a person, I've like embraced my hair more as well, so yeah, just like having it curly and big and just different styles has changed a lot, so I like it now.
Is your neck alright like that?
Yeah, fine.
Spend half your life like that, and I'm like, is your neck all right like that? Of course it is. Oh. So obviously you've accomplished like so much. How do you deal with like the bad stuff?
Yeah, it's a weird one. I feel like in sport, I mean, I guess in life in general, like you focus on the highlights quite a lot, even just on social media and stuff. It is that kind of, just that highlight reel. And same in sports. I think the successes are spoken about loads, but sometimes those low points are kind of, guess, hidden. But yeah, obviously I do go through big highs and lows. Like this year was a huge high for me, like breaking the British record and coming fourth at the World Champs. But then last year, I mean, I was on TV after the European Champs I came like 7th or 8th, and I started crying on TV, and I was like, this is my last, like, I basically said I was done with the sport.
Did you mean it?
I didn't mean it. I think it was more just frustration. I was just like, I can't keep doing this. So for me, like using that interview and using like almost a speaking out about it was like, right, okay, what do I really want to achieve? And when you kind of reach those lows, it's like thinking, right, is this actually what I want to do? And if it is, then it's just putting absolutely everything towards it. So yeah, a lot of motivation.
So you're clearly very fashionable. I mean, you're working this black gown to a T. Tell me about your fashion.
Yeah, I'm definitely super into my fashion. Although I say fashion, I still comfort over fashion all the time.
Are you sure?
Always.
Even on a red carpet?
Red carpet's probably about the only time I would do it. But to be honest, yeah, like my favourite looks are like just comfy but fashionable at the same time. Like I love trench coat looks and like the big looks, big chunky boots.
Are you a Croc or trainer girl?
So I was literally so against Crocs. I was like, they're horrible. How has this come back into fashion? And then I got a pair and I'm obsessed.
Honestly, I feel like you buy Crocs with the intention of wearing them in the house. Yeah. Then they make it to the supermarket. Yeah. Then the next thing you know, you're at a wedding and you've got Crocs on.
Insane. Like, how are they so comfortable? I don't know. So yeah, that's probably not the biggest fashion point for me. But yeah, if I can get out my trainers and just kind of get into something a bit different and show that other side of me, I like doing that. Also, I like loving the rental fashion.
I am so into that.
It's just so great because I don't want to spend all my money on something I'm going to wear once.
There was this really amazing outfit I had and I wanted this pink handbag and I couldn't justify it for one night, obviously. So then I was like, okay, and then like, yeah, I rented it. It's like
so great. I did that. I had this dress which was absolutely absurd. It was like a tutu out the bottom of it and like stitched up front. It was absolutely amazing, but I'm like, I'm not spending all this money on a dress that I'm definitely not going to wear out more than once. So
I think it's so great for like your generation, the new generation, to just like be over fast fashion, but also be about like, be wise on how you spend your money as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And reusing and reworking. Yeah. So talking of fashion, Paris Fashion Week, like it'd be a shame not to do a double whammy if you was there.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love Paris. I mean, when the Olympics was first said to be in Paris, I was like, oh my God, this is my favourite place. Yeah, I spent my 21st birthday there because it's like my absolute favourite city.
Did you? That's so bougie.
It was bougie.
I was in Wetherspoons for my 21st birthday.
I think my friends were a bit confused why I'd asked for that as well, but I was like, let's all go to Paris. Yeah, it was absolutely amazing. So yeah, when I knew the Olympics were going to be there, super happy, but yeah, like the love of fashion with that. And I mean, they're pretty close in time, Olympics and into Fashion Week, so you never know.
So how's your French?
French isn't my best language, but I've actually just started learning it. There was like a group of us at a training camp last week who were just like, we should probably know some French.
What do you know? Tell me.
I know the very basics. I know what a train station is, and that's, don't know why I know that, but...
What's a train station?
Just gare, something like Gare du Nord.
So you can leave, you know how to leave.
I know how to get there, I know how to leave.
I know how to order chicken and a Merlot, so that's about it. So you'll be leaving, I'll be eating. Oh, nearly done. Do you know what? I love that you play around with your hair so much. And I think it's so important for girls that look like you to be able to see girls like you embracing their hair, and like the impact that that has on others, I think like sometimes can be overlooked.
Yeah, I think especially when I was younger, even the black girls that I looked up to, and again, I did this myself, like straightening their hair, chemically straightening their hair, whereas I feel like now, like in the fashion world, in the sporting world, just everywhere, like curls are being embraced and that natural styles are coming out. And then yeah, exactly like the protective styles, although we love like showing our natural hair as well, gotta protect it, so putting it in styles like this, styles like braids, especially when I'm competing, like it's pulling on my hair quite a lot. So yeah.
What this is?
No, luckily this isn't. No, when I just like scrape it in a ponytail, like my actual natural hair, sometimes it just pulls, whereas this, it's just like, yeah, just fun.
So there you go, edges on fleek.
I love it.
Do
absolutely
you?
Amazing, yeah, I love it so much.
Yes.
Take a quick photo.
Oh yeah, do it for the gram. Woo!
Oh, amazing.
Perfect. All right, give us a cuddle.
Thank you
so
much.
Thank you so much. See you soon.
Bye. I love it. It was a really nice experience, like get my hair done. I feel like I always have my hair kind of like this, but just not as well done. So I need to finesse my own hairdressing skills for the next comp.
Is your girlfriend on Team GB as well?
Yeah, she's a taekwondo athlete as well.
Do you two ever fight?
In training. And that's how we settle debates. We can go into training and take that into the mat.
My name's Bradley Sinden and I represent Taekwondo for Team GB. So Taekwondo is a Korean martial art, two people in a ring fighting, what basically just kick each other in the head. You can score by kicking to the body or the head, or you can punch to the body. The person who gets the most points wins. From being a kid, I've always been hyperactive anyway. So when I was young, my mum said I need to get him into something. So she got me into a sport and then I fell in love with it straight away, and then that's what I've always been. I wanted to be that dominant person in the ring, and that's what everyone knows me for. I used to like a kick where it's basically your hands on in the clinch and a crescent around to the back of the head, and I'm quite flexible. But now it's just more my physicality, putting my presence on, trying to dominate that fight, and that's what we try and do as a nation in our sport. Any major I go to, I always make sure I get my hair cut before I go and then ready for the mat.
My name's Kade Burgess. I'm a scalp artist, also known as a barber. When you see the athletes on telly, you don't really know a lot about them. So when you get someone in your chair, it becomes more personal. They can let their guard down and just let their hair down as well at the same time. What can I do for you today, man?
So I normally get skin fade on the sides and back, and then just a tiny bit off the top so I can still push it over.
Okay, let's do it, man. Brad, how long have you been fighting then?
So I started Taekwondo when I was 4, so I'm 25 now, so it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time. Do you still enjoy fighting?
Yeah, that's the main part. Training's the grueling part, and
yeah,
the fighting's the reward.
How many times a week do you train?
5 days a week, 2 to 3 times a day.
What's your other interest? Do you play golf or do you play video games or anything like that?
I'm quite a tech head. I used to build computers with my uncle when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
So a lot of gaming. I'm too tired to do anything else.
Would you prefer PlayStation or Xbox?
I'm a gaming PC guy, to be fair.
Okay.
I skip both of them and just go for the hardcore stuff.
Yeah. Are you into like a lot of films and stuff as well?
I watch pretty much anything. When I'm tired, I'll just lay in bed, put a TV series on, film on, me and my girlfriend.
How long have you been with your missus?
Over 4 years now. She's a taekwondo athlete as well.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Is that how you met?
Yeah, we both joined the senior academy on the same day.
Do you two ever fight?
In training. And that's how we settle debates. We can go into training and take that into the mat.
Is your girlfriend on Team GB as well?
Yeah, she's also qualified a spot for the Olympics. The top 6 qualify, so it's trying to go to every tournament to get as many points as possible for the 4-year cycle, or in this case 3 years. And then by January 2024, top 6 in the world automatically qualify that spot.
Yeah.
But you don't qualify the person, you qualify the spot.
Okay.
So then in May 2024, we'll find out who's actually been selected. Where in my weight, there's no one else. Like, it's just me, where there's another heavyweight female in her weight, so it's just seeing who's better by that time.
Yeah. Bradley, what's your girlfriend's name?
It's Rebecca McGowan.
Rebecca?
Yeah.
And what's it like being with another taekwondo fighter on the Team GB?
I'd say competitive.
Yeah.
Obviously, we fight different ways, male, female, but anytime there's any testing, like strength testing, conditioning testing, even results, we're all athletes, so very competitive in the gym.
Do you get to stay with each other at the camps and stuff?
At camps, we're normally boys with boys, girls with girls, but we live together now. So that's what we stay together and go to training together and stuff like that.
Where did you grow up?
So I'm originally from Doncaster.
Okay.
Lived there until 2016, so I moved to Manchester when I got the call to be part of the GB Taekwondo senior team.
Okay.
And that's what we all do. We all pack up, move to Manchester, and that's where I've been for the last 7 years. Just recently, we've done a massive refurb on our gym.
Okay.
We can make sure our standards on strength, fitness, conditioning, all that is up to scratch and be well leading.
How often do you go back to Doncaster?
Fairly often, at least once a month. So it all depends on the type of training we're doing, because if I'm coming up to a competition, especially a weight making sport, if I go and see my mum, see my nana, they're like, oh, you want food? I'm like, no, I can't. I'm having to watch my weight. They're like, oh no, this won't hurt, and it's like, yeah, definitely will. Mum can be when she wants. She makes a really nice lasagna. That's what I always want when I go home.
Favourite thing that she does for you, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
What about your nan?
Nan doesn't really cook, she just wants to spoil me with sweets and chocolate.
Oh, okay.
Ever since I was a kid, and it just carried on.
You got a sweet tooth?
Yeah, very.
So Brad, I want to know, you're on death row, you get one last meal. What's it going to be?
I do like fried chicken burgers, Nashville seasoning. I'm not afraid of spice. I had people who always lived next door from India, Pakistan, stuff like that, and always got invited around to their house, and they put a lot of spice in their food, so I got accustomed to it while young. But for me, as an actual set meal, I always do it when I fight anyway. So the day before I fight, after making weight, so want to get them carbs in, got to get energy.
Yeah.
Really like a carbonara.
Nice.
Really enjoy a carbonara.
Who cooks a good carbonara?
So my girlfriend can. I hate cooking.
Yeah.
I just find it tedious and boring. So she's the one who does all the cooking around, but she actually makes a really good mac and cheese as well.
Oh, sweet.
Mac and cheese with chicken. Can't go wrong with it.
So when you go to Paris this year, is she going to be your personal chef as well, yeah?
Got her own fighting to be doing instead of that, hopefully after. But after Tokyo last time, we were supposed to be jetting off to Florida for 3 weeks in Orlando, doing all the theme parks, doing all that. That's what I want on a holiday. I struggle to be sat down, so hopefully after Paris we'll be jetting off somewhere.
Brad, you're all done. Is that okay for you?
Yeah, man, exactly what I wanted. Be looking sharp for that next competition.
That's it. Well, it's lovely to meet you. It's lovely to chat.
You too, man, you too.
All the best with everything. We're going to smash up Paris, man.
Thank you, we'll do.
I'm liking it, it's what I wanted. Ready for the competition coming around the corner. It's part of that preparation. Once you get your hair cut, you know it's game time. You're ready to step in that ring, ready to fight.